And now I'm going to invite Callie to come on forward, and she's going to do our opening song for the talk here. The talk is about visualizing your divine life. And I'm going to talk about this girl a little bit before she gets up here to sing too. She also just got a job at the San Francisco Opera. Not singing, but backstage at the opera doing what she loves to do, hair and makeup. So it was phenomenal. And she's got this incredible voice that we get to have as well. So woo!
Thank you.
Yeah. Callie Carvajal.
Right. Let's sing this song. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye. I'm trying gravity, and you can't pull me down. No, no. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing lust. I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, then it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner buy defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. Defying gravity, kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you won't bring me down. Defying gravity, and you won't bring me down. Gravity. Defying gravity.
Callie Carvajal. Woo. Nothing's gonna hold her down. Thank you, Callie. Thank you, team. That was amazing. The talk today is about visualization. It's about seeing what the world is, but also seeing past what the world is and seeing what it could be. Because there's a quote that I love, this is one of them: you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Our own Maya Angelou, right? The more you use, the more you have. But we live in this world that thinks there's only so many pieces of the pie. Not true. It's infinite. The pie is infinite. The universe is infinite. They keep discovering more and more things about it. They think now that they just discovered this week hole at the center of the Milky Way. They have a picture of it finally. How you take a picture of something that light escapes is beyond me, but they have something that they call a picture of the black hole at the center of the Milky Way. And now we're just beginning to understand that it's not represent the end, but a different continuum. And when you come out into a black hole, you come out the other side, just like we talk about life and death, that they're the same thing. They're just this constant loop we're all in. Creativity is the same way. The more you use, the more it opens up the infinite supply of creativity. And in the times where life seems too restricted, too small, too limited, is exactly when we need that creativity muscle. Exactly when we need to not set it right, but see it right. Because we cannot physically set the world correct. We can't fix the pieces that are broken, the people that don't want to be fixed, the biases that we all have in us, we've all accumulated over lifetimes, can be released, but only by our own internal choice. You cannot create, even Maya excluded, you cannot create in anyone else's reality. The only reality you can create in is your own. And so when we step into the creative process, the visualization process, it's not to fix anyone else, but to fix how we're seeing the world. Because we are seeing it with our own specific lens. And that lens may be clouded by the pain of the past, by the experiences of our life or of our ancestors. How many of us have had the way the world operates downloaded into us by our parents and caregivers and loved ones? Well, whatever age you're sitting at here now, it is really your opportunity to rewrite that script and to shift it to something else. Because here in Unity, our teaching is that we live in the infinite abundance of life. Right? That the world, what we call God, source, is sometimes called the absolute, meaning it is the perfect realm in which we all live. And that God, the realm of divine energy, that consciousness is constantly showering us with everything we need, not withholding anything. There's no need to beg or beseech some deity up in the sky to give you what you want. It's already yours. It's already yours. The secret to abundance is realizing you already have it, and that all you must do is open yourself to it and live the life you're really here to live. The absolute is the realm of infinite possibility. Those atoms and electrons that aren't even seen until we observe them. And when we observe them, they take on shape and form. That's the infinite power of visualization. The infinite power of God, of the divine, active and working in your life. But frequently, we turn it off like a switch, going, oh yeah, well that works for some people, Reverend Ken, but it doesn't work for me. It works for others, and I do it too, going, oh yeah, that ship has sailed. Or, oh, I missed that boat. That's not going to happen. And I shut off all forms of possibility. And luckily, I get to give these talks frequently, so I get to remind myself that I am the only one limiting my good. I'm the only one out there saying, no, you can't have it. No, I'm not crazy. There are other people out there saying no. But that doesn't mean they have power over you, because they can't create in your reality either, unless you let them. Well, I can't create in yours, you can't create in mine, unless I let your belief system in. If I believe you have power to withhold my good from me, guess what? That belief is powerful. But in the absolute, in the divine realm, when I can get to those places of meditation, of prayer, of knowing, God, does life open up. Wow, do things fall into order and alignment, synergy, and coherence. Those are the moments of bliss. Those are the moments that transcend what we think possible. The quote of Jesus from the Gospel of Matthew: "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open to you." And I love this model because she's looking at it askance, going, really? Really? Because that's how we look at it. But the scripture tells us, the words put into Jesus' mouth by the author of Matthew, is that there is nothing you can't have. But we don't usually see it that way, right? Because we have this worldview, and it's dependent on us, excuse me, doing some things to get it right. Right? Well, I have to have this in alignment before I can have that. I have to have the right education before I can have that job. I have to look a certain way or have all my S together before I can have that relationship. Right? When that's not the point is to come into a relationship, into a job, to learn. Misa and I were talking at the beginning of service about my tryout 10 years ago on Beta Breakers weekend. Did I know everything I needed to know then? No. Absolutely not. Did I have stuff to learn? Absolutely. Have I learned it? Some of it. And I'm still affirming that I'm asking and knocking, and the doors are opened, and I'm receiving. And that is true for all of us, that this journey, this continuum is open to us. But we don't believe the scripture. We don't believe that if we ask, we will receive. If we knock, the door will be opened. We don't believe that truly, or we do it, right? And yet we do. There are moments of grace, of bliss. Callie is one of them. She's such a great example. We had this conversation. She went to the tryout for this job. She had to go try out for this job. And she was like, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to. She did this whole dance, and I just sat and watched her do the dance, right? And when we were rehearsing this song, I said, so what is this gravity to you? What is this that you're talking about, that you're defying? And her answer was really clear. It's me. It's my own negative talk. That is the gravity I've got to overcome. Those voices in my head that tells me I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I haven't done enough, I'm not right, da-da-da-da-da. That's the gravity that's pulling us down, and it won't win. It won't win if we don't let it win. So I have a quiz for you. I want you to take out your bulletin. If you look at your bulletin, on the back of your bulletin, there's a blank spot. There's a place for notes. And there's pens in the seats in front of you. And I want you just to go ahead and be ready, because I'm going to ask you a question, right? Because I'm going to talk about the never enough problem. And I want you, there's a pen on the seat in front of you here for this couple, right here on the seat right there if you need it. Great. You can grab mine. So I want you to talk about the never enough problem. And it pervades all of our lives, the scarcity model, right? So I'm going to put up a question here on the board, and I want you to write down the first word that comes into your mind. No, yes, you can take the pen. No censoring, okay? No censoring. I never have enough. I never have enough. First word, no judgment, just write it down. I never have enough. Right? I want you to fill it out honestly. What's the word, the thought, the belief that came into your mind? For me, that one is really interesting and it's really clear. I never have enough time. No, okay, there's 24 hours in a day, 52 weeks out of the year. It's over 8,000 hours a year. 8,000 hours a year. I've been on the planet a few decades, so you can imagine how many I've accumulated. And all of us have. And yet we think there's not enough time. Not enough time. Why do I believe that when the evidence is so to the contrary? I have enough time. What am I spending my time doing? What am I putting my priorities on that I would believe, Mr. Positive Thinking Optimist here, that there's not enough time? right? But whatever yours was, it may not be time, it may be money, security, support, power, right? Oh, yeah. Not enough support, right? Not enough love. And if you change the blank, if I just move the blank to never enough at the end and move it to never blank enough, what would you write there? I'm never blank enough. Could it be never successful enough? Never smart enough? Never loved enough? Some of us, when we're honest, never special enough. Believe those things. Maybe not all the time, maybe not consistently, but somewhere deep in our being, we think the never is true. Never good enough. Never young enough. Never rich enough. Whatever that is for you, it's your gravity. It's the thing that's holding you back from achieving and living a life that you're really here to live. A life that the world needs you to show up in. A life that is beautiful beyond compare. I've said it many times from this platform. You are, each and every one of you, magnificent expressions of love, of life, expressions of the divine, and that your being here and your loving, your presence, your being is a miracle. I know some of your stories, what you have overcome, what you have come through, and what you are here to achieve. And that very essence of you is whole and holy. And this never stuff is just the crap that gets in the way. Excuse my French, but it needs to be said. That is the stuff that blocks your light from shining. That is the stuff that stops you from showing up and showing the world what truly love is, what peace is, what enthusiasm is, what talent is, what joy is when we believe the nevers. When we believe the lack, we believe the scarcity, and we give it more weight than the truth of our being. You are a magnificent expression of the divine, and your playing small does not serve the world. Period. Your hiding your light does no one any good. You are here to be that unique expression of life and love, whether you are a hairdresser, a hair designer, a singer, an accountant. Accountants have lots of creativity that usually ends them up in jail, but there's lots of accountants with creativity. And if you're a numbers person or what we call creatives, everyone in the world is a creative being. We have to be to survive. We have to be to thrive. We have to be the unique expressions we are. Oh, God, try and make our kids in our own image and likeness. And then when we see ourselves reflected in our children, it's usually the part we don't like about ourselves, and go, oh, look what I've taught them, right? But those precious beings are here to be their own unique expression. And somehow along the way, we lost sight of that. So I would like us to switch, to use our power of visualization, our power of mind over matter, our power to see it rightly, to switch from not having enough to know that there's more than enough, and I have plenty, right? I have more than all that I need. Do you know that? Right now, where you're sitting, you have more than enough oxygen to breathe in this room. There is more than enough comfort in the chairs. There's more than enough protection from the elements in this beautiful building. There's more than enough beauty to go around, just look at each other's faces. And right on cue, Quentin walks in the door, right? There's more than enough beauty in the world, right? And that is why we can switch. We can switch from there's not enough to I have more than enough. The choice is, what do I do with it? The choice is, how do I live into it? The choice is, how do I give thanks for it, celebrate it, share it? Share it. Share it. Because just like creativity, you can't diminish the pie. You can give all that love that you have, and you still won't run out of love. It will only create more. You can give all the joy you have in the world, and you won't run out of it. There's more than enough. I have more than enough. I have plenty. Imagine what your life would be if you lived from that understanding that I have more than enough. I have plenty. Then you could waste time being creative. You could waste time coloring outside the lines, knowing that the lines are meant to be colored outside of. Everybody can color inside the lines. How do you color outside the lines and make a special impact in the world? Rules are meant to be broken. Period. That's why I love blowing things up. Because they fall together in divine order. They fall together better than what they were before. So wherever life's journey is taking you right now, realize you have more than enough. You are plenty. And wherever you go, God is. Period.